tell you.
We can't see anything, by the way. We definitely can't see none of the particular.
It is way too far tonight. Hi, welcome to another episode of Pum Pum 101 with yours truly, Caleen Dierdrick, and sweet Miss Ramona Riley. So tonight we're going to be continuing our conversation on sexual fantasies. We cannot see because the camera and them
everything
far. We cannot see none at all. We cannot see. Be sure to say something. Point. Make it big and bold if you start to see the nipples. You hear because
they're not going to say anything more than
I tried make an appearance in the night. I understand. So
here we are.
Say something if you see them jumping out. So talk to me now, Miss Ramona. Review from last week.
Okay, so last week when we got into fantasies, we concentrated more on, like for example, threesomes, location, that type of thing. But we didn't really get into role play, right? And when it comes to fantasies, a lot of times that's where a lot of the fantasies live. In the role play, right? Because a lot of them don't come to fruition, you know what I mean? It's really just at that time. So we can't forget about role play. We have to talk about role play. So tell me, what are your thoughts in terms of role play when you talk about that with your clients? Like, what is usually, because some people feel uncomfortable. I role play, I love it. I love to talk all kind of something that might never did happen, but it's nice and it's sweet and great.
Alright, so for role play, what it is that I always say to people is that it gives you an opportunity to try something else on. So for the persons who come in and are in their head and they can't come out and the idea of trying to be the French maid is just crazy to them. What I say is, no, because they cannot connect. Separate and apart from that, it's strange. Like, who does that? You get what I mean? My thing is that it gives you an opportunity to do something different. You don't necessarily have to leave the house any at all, but you can become somebody completely different. And the thing is, the outfit, what I tell people is this. You see, the outfit, you might be able to embody the idea of what it is that you want to do until you try on the outfit. There is something about putting on, yes please. There is something about when you put on the outfit, all of a sudden the shyness starts to go out there. Have you ever tried on an outfit yet? And you ever notice how you perk up? You walk into the store.
Character
Yeah man.
Awakens.
You become somebody else once you put the stuff on. So I'm always saying to people, try on the outfit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Entertain the idea of doing something different and then go try the outfit. Buy the outfit. And then you will see how easy it is to all of a sudden fall into character.
And I guess even like in terms of your clothes and wearing different types of things, that in itself creates a fantasy as well. That can be a fantasy in its own self. Maybe if you're trying to have that seductive look, if you're trying to have that dominatrix look, if you're trying to have that kind of like stripper girl look or whatever it is, the physical really creates this. It helps to allow the fantasy to be almost like a reality. In terms of physically seeing it. So I think that is great. And then we talk about role play mixed with the clothes. That is like
sexy.
Double nice.
Sexy camp done. Absolutely hands down. Now for me, before we start talking about me like, you tell me what you like. How you tell me say you like a dress up thing and all them things there. So tell me what exactly.
Dress up. Okay, so there was a time that I was very much into like lingerie and that kind of thing, and so I would go out of my way to buy lingerie and dress up and all of that. But after a while, not so much. No, not so much lingerie. Like I found sexiness in just a thong. Like the simpleness of it, I thought was just really sexy, and so. Me wearing a thong with like a tie on, you know what I mean, or something like that in terms of like presenting myself with some heels and that type of thing started to become more of a what I would wear instead of wearing the lingerie with the
The lace and
all of that come up and all of that. Like it was just a little different from me. I just took myself away from that for a little bit and really just went in that simple way when it came to physically what I'm wearing. But when we talk about role play is a whole nother thing. Like I live in the role play. Like, I mean, the things that I probably will never do.
Yeah, take it to
I am taking it to town with the role play. And maybe, I mean, I would say, I think after a while when you role play certain things, I think that after a while those things kind of probably really just do manifest. They kind of manifest.
I remember for me and my ex-husband, and we used to role play like a whole year, right? Now, him was the tongue, the donga tongues. The Timberland wearing, bad word cussing, bad man tongues. You understand? I made a prim and proper tongue with it. Then you used to rough this and then, yeah, man, but I used to rough man and then something there, understand? And so when him call, and then start talking and so forth, so he'd call me at work, tell me, say, yo, be well one. Come check me on the end song. And so we would link up during lunchtime. So for me, I remember one time, and this one was like through the roof. I remember one time, and call me and tell me, say, yo, we want to link. So I said, all right, no problem. I already know, have an excuse, you get me, so I can get a full 2 hours clear from work and so. Please believe, Seb, change outfit whenever I reach at the people in the place. And we met in the foyer. And when we met in the foyer, he never know me, me never know him.
Nice,
I like it.
So.
You know, I'll be your badness today, you understand? But my girls are the people that look at me come and dress to push back foot, you know.
You know when I
In the deer, dress to push back foot, run away.
He must have bought her.
Listen to me, see this stiletto them here. You understand me? When me I walk going to the people them place, I'm
looking hot as hell.
Hello.
I love it.
Listen to me. When we said throw down a piece of fucking at the people them place, me tell
I make up one bag of nice.
Hello. Listen to me. And then when we were finished, him jumping off his vehicle, me jumping off him, me have to boogie go back at work, him have to go back at work. And then when we link up now, the later, and I said, how was your day at work? And I tell him, said, boy, John was there. The day did rough.
But the middle was great.
Yeah, man, lunch did good.
I love
listen
lunch
to me,
sex.
what I say.
I love lunch sex.
Girl.
I loved when my husband would come home and
Jesus,
and we would fuck in the middle of the blood clot day. There's nobody there. And I guess because I have 3 children, I guess the fact of lunch with nobody there and the children not there, I can really let go more than knowing that the 3 of them don't round the corner in the bathroom.
No, hold on. Let me ask you a question. I remember I have friends who are telling me that they're not fuck with the people in the house.
Oh no! I fuck with the children in the house. I'm sorry. I fuck with the children in the house.
Just one.
And sometimes the father don't have no behavior. And him is just like, yo, I'm just need to go find something to do. Rape. I'm just like, why do you have to do that? You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. You don't have to run them, right? So like, of course, the 2 younger ones, I don't think they really have a clue what the hell is going on. They're just like, oh, mommy and daddy just want us to come out of the room. But my oldest sister was like, oh, mom and dad are gonna go fuck. No. I know that. I'm sure he's thinking that, but no, I will definitely have sex with the children in the house. I don't have an issue at all. But that lunch in the middle of the day, because I guess as well I was a stay-at-home mom. I was a stay-at-home mom for so long. In the middle of the day thing was just hot. It was just hot, and we would just fuck down the place. And then he would go back to work, and then he would come home, and it was great.
I did the most role playing with my ex-husband. The most. And from him was the tugs, and me, as I'm telling you, the uptown girl. Separate and apart from that now, some of the time I met a prostitute and people.
Yes, my girl.
Oh, Jesus.
And I mean, even the secretary, I've been the secretary. I have been the next door neighbor. All of it.
The next door neighbor I've tried. I've never tried the secretary.
Margaret, I've done
like ever.
I've
I can't explain. But the thing is, I think the idea for me, the idea of role playing is absolutely sexy. I love the dominatrix that is like my absolute hands down favorite every time go to.
That's probably my least. That's probably the one I've least done.
Why?
I don't know. I think I'm just naturally. I think I'm.
You like the right name?
I think I'm just naturally a little bit more submissive, or I've just been in the position where I've just been a little bit more submissive. So when I take charge because I'm creating the environment of how maybe I want the sex to be, or the way I'm dressing, or that type of thing. I'm not thinking necessarily take charge in the sex. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand what you mean.
So I have not really, like, I've done the handcuffs and this and that, but like the other day I ordered.
Woo!
Woo!
Alright, talk to me now.
The thing where your foot go, you saw, and your foot go, you saw, and your hand go,
wait,
you saw, and your hand go,
okay.
you saw.
So that's the one where you put underneath the bed?
Yes, underneath the mattress.
Lord Ramona. Lord Ramona.
Right?
Oh God.
So yeah. So I'm slowly getting there.
Jesus
slowly getting there.
Girl.
Slowly getting there.
Alright, I'm telling you about my little experience. Yeah.
Yes. When you couldn't believe
how young it was. I'm still not ready. I'm not ready for the spread eagle across the bedside. That's all.
One hand half a loose.
You know how I would definitely do that. Like to a loved one. Like fastening down and fuck the shit out of
Yeah,
can't move. Things where never
exactly.
That we can do, but me, no, the idea is still a scare me. As I say, you can get one hand, you can get one leg. One hand and one leg.
It's not every kind of lover you can do something like that with. Like for me, if I am going to do that, I'm going to do it with the lover that is more of a sensual lover. So it makes me more comfortable. Right? I'm not going to do it with a lover that, loves the fasting and love the go down and beat down thing.
No, somebody girl, alright. So you're not gonna have a lover like that. Let's start right here. So.
No.
You're gonna like the fasting.
No. But there are times, like even if it's in a slow motion, there are times when it's more, he's penetrating farther, it's going more into your cervix, he's going harder. And so I wouldn't want fast penetration and I have nothing. My hands, my feet, my everything is coming.
But let me explain something, that is part of the reason why a lover would want to tie you down. Because this whole idea, listen, I'm going to tell you something. Remember, part of the fantasy is being able to inflict pain, being able to dominate and so on. It is the reason why me can't, because let me tell you what's going to happen to me. You ever do something, I'm going to like it, and if I talk to you, one time, I've gone and I'm fighting on the door.
Right, and then you dry up.
No, exactly, I keep you kick off. So that is the reason why I'm going to take my can cross the full body tie down.
I don't take it like that. I feel like I can take that. I
can't manage that one.
Depending on if the partner is more of a sensual person, I feel like them tying me down it's a restriction, yes, because I can't do anything with my hands. I can't touch him. I can't rub my legs against him. I can't do anything.
But you're not hurt him.
No.
You're just taking time with him.
Yes. And I think that shit is hot as fuck. Because now I'm in a state of just relaxing.
Bliss.
I have released, and he is being respectful, and he's naturally a person that is not going to dag on me every so often. He just wants to soothe me in a pleasurable manner. And so that is the type of person that I would have to tie me up and tie me up. Right? But if you are somebody that sometimes, even without the time, you like to hold on to me, neck a little too tight, right? Or then something like, I'm not with him. I'm not with him. Him not gonna get it. No. It have to be a different type of deal.
Honey, as I said, I go into close approximation. So right now I'm good with one hand and one foot. You can't get to one hand, you can't get to one foot. Yes, close approximation. But we're not ready yet. But something need to hear whenever you actually do the old kind of videos.
Yes.
I think it's sexy.
I
like
think
to
it's
watch
so
it.
sexy. I would love to
I
watch
like to watch
some.
it. No, that's what I'm saying. I like to watch it.
You love watch everything.
No, I would like to watch it. So you can come when you're ready.
Oh.
Please. Yeah.
Oh.
Ready.
Oh.
Yeah, come when you're ready.
You
Come
guys,
when you're
this
ready.
is you
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
here. You guys
No,
here.
I know, but you know something going for the watching girl. Come on now. Have fuck up. Don't. Because you know I'm on that like one time.
Yeah, but love the watching.
Hands down.
I love the watching. I actually like to watch, and the people who are fucking forget that I'm watching.
Hello.
They don't even know I'm there. Like they catch up in a one corner over there,
Like a TV.
and I eat my popcorn, and they don't even know my ass is eating the popcorn and chewing it and watching.
Sweetheart.
And I'm fully clothed.
Sorry.
I don't need all of that. I'm good with that.
I get excited.
Ooh.
Because I'm thinking about a situation where you ever did a show and tell something like that?
Oh Lord.
No, I'm talk like with somebody next door.
Yes.
You want them to look on you through the window.
Yes.
You want to look on them through the window.
But you are
And you want that
going
to no, friend. Yeah, the instructions.
No.
Take
No.
that.
No.
Take that down.
I've never
And
done
you must sell it for this. Or you're more like you're oblivious.
Or like you're doing a little thing, but me like them things. Me like that sneak up thing
Sneak
kind
up
of
vibe.
Me like that.
No,
that
no.
get me nice.
That is sexy.
I like that.
You need to try it when you're being directed.
Mm.
You need to try it when you're being directed. I remember somebody telling me that's a fantasy. This whole idea of the way you do it. Having somebody watch them from next door or whatever, some strange place, and stripping in front of the window or whatever, right? And having the person watch them and saying, all right. You're pretending as though you're oblivious to somebody.
Right, I like that.
No. I think, as I said, I think it's sexy. I think it's sexy as fuck. Any which way I talk, any of them. You can direct me, and he can direct you.
However,
yeah. That for me is hot. Like, can't believe hot. Like, hands down hot. That is definitely one of those fantasies that I think it's nice and it's sweet and it's not too intrusive. That's something that a lot of people can try. A lot of women can try that one, and you'd be surprised how much you get turned on by the idea of just somebody watching you. When I tell you that it's watching it, it's sexy.
It's sexy.
You know,
it's very sexy.
Girl.
But I think what we need to highlight, Caleen, is when we talk about role play, right? This is where you can express in terms of even if it might not be a reality because you know the type of partner that you have or the type of partner that you are, even if you just if you played in that whole role play situation, it will heighten the sex so much more. It doesn't. So for a long time, Caleen and I are talking about threesomes, and we're talking about this, and we're talking about all these different things that to some people might be like, yo, me that never do that. Me that never do that. This is where you do all of it without doing all of it in that role play setting.
Okay.
Right? Where you're now imagining and talking about and creating the situation that this is happening, but then you don't have to feel like, oh my God, what did I do? I don't know if I'm comfortable. Now I open up the Pandora's box because now him and go on to have sex with all these other women.
No, but explain. No, tell me how that would work. Break it down for me, because I'm not sure if I understand. You're pretending as though you're having a threesome.
No, what I'm saying is in terms of role play.
Right.
Role playing is the way that you can be able to do things, express things without necessarily having to do it, and then judging yourself or the partner judging you because of how you have expressed yourself in that type of literal setting. So being able to just do the role play and know that tomorrow morning all it was talk. Because for a lot of people it's the next day, for a lot of people,
live with themselves.
yes, looking in the mirror, how is that person going to look at me and view me and judge me? And a lot of times that's the reason why people don't explore, because they're worried about how they're going to judge themselves or their partner is going to judge them. It's a real thing.
No, I'm not gonna say no.
As a matter of fact, and this is a little weird. This might be seem a little weird or whatever, but
in terms of a fantasy.
Yeah, no, it is a fantasy, but we don't really touch on this a lot. But I just want to say, for example, I was speaking to a gentleman the other day, and he had sent me an Instagram message, right? And everybody has sent me an Instagram message, whatever. And I don't usually take it on, right? But because I knew him through someone else, and he showed me a vibe that what he is into, he doesn't even know if he can talk about it.
To your partner?
Much less to do it.
Okay.
Right? And so, in speaking to him and letting him know certain little things in terms of, expression, communication is the most important thing, right? But at the end of the day, he has not even done anything yet in terms of what his fantasy is, and he's already judging himself,
right?
And he's already feeling like his partner is judging him, right? So this judgment thing, we have to wipe that out the window. The role play is where it is at. We can do whatever we want to do in terms of expressing it without giving the aftermath. Without dealing with the aftermath of it. If it is that you are in that place. For some people, they're in the place that they want to physically do it, and they should.
Well, okay. The thing that I always say, as it pertains to the fantasies and the judgment, I find that in the sexual department, there is a whole heap of judgment that we have on ourselves. We have judgments around our sexuality. We stress if it is that we feel though we might be, attracted to the opposite sex. Oh my God, you're about to kill yourself now because heaven forbid that is where it's at for you. We stress in terms of our level of expressiveness, how it is that our lover are going to, perceive us, consider us. Is it that they're going to think that we are freak?
Yes, that's what I'm saying to you.
Look here, you see that freak term there, that freak term that's what we need for dash it to it. Let me explain something. Unless the only thing that we classify as freak, if you're trying to shit on me. That fucking shit ain't gonna work. I'm sorry. No, I'm not business. Sorry. That is listen to me. That's a wish part. The box stop right there. So
I definitely draw the line.
No, the box stop there. And if you're introducing an animal, if you're introducing an animal,
I'm not glad neither.
No.
That's not it.
No, for me, no. That's you're gone to the levels that we cannot comprehend. Sorry, please and thanks. No.
You're gone too far.
No, you're gone too far.
We can't cross it.
No, we cannot cross it. We cannot cross it at all. But anything else, as it pertains to me and you with your man, we can definitely talk about it. As it pertains to two human beings, we're not gonna bring no. The animal, the man, thing, no, I just said stop. But outside of that, when I say we're freaky, have a place. We need to dash it. That's the first out of the day, people. Get rid of the freaky argument out on the thing, out on the conversation altogether. There's no such thing. Sexually expressive, right?
Can I tell you something?
We can't manage the freak conversation because the freak suggests
something is wrong.
Yeah, man. That suggests
that
exactly. And if it is that you're looking at yourself in that way, of course, all you can think is what I'm doing is nasty, what I'm doing is disgusting. Definitely, I need to be ashamed for even to be turned on. Exactly, to be turned on by the idea of it. So no, get rid of the freaky thing. Wait with that time,
I had a client the other day, and I asked her how often, just like every other client, how often do you have orgasms? And she said, well, it depends. I have orgasms all the time if I'm masturbating, but if I'm just having sex, I don't have orgasms. So of course I hear that all the time. So I said, well, elaborate. What is that about? Blah blah blah. She said that her man don't give head. Him don't give head.
How is he your man? How is he your man?
My God,
how is he your man?
That's what I
reached the stage where you get with it.
And live with him for 8-10 years.
That's crazy.
Right? So I'm saying to her, number one, why were you dealing with the fact that he doesn't do that? So in the 8 or 9 years that them there, or 10 years, or however much year, he's given head to her like 3 to 5 times max. Right?
Alright, look here now.
So that is what she so
my brain can't comprehend.
So I said to her, okay, and I gave her different options in terms of what to do, and one of the options was, listen, maybe he needs to watch Pum Pum 101. Blah blah blah. Ray. She said he's gonna watch it and he's gonna say, yo, something wrong with them people there.
Them not
Ray.
Them a freak.
Them a freak. None of them on that. this new age thing because man not supposed to name pussy, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So guys, no, we can't
eat the meat.
Why are you do not get involved with the man or a woman?
Sorry,
that is against something that you need. You need
I need it. I'm sorry.
And I need it.
Thank you.
Not the slap.
I cannot deal with no man who don't yam pussy. I'm sorry. That is you don't what? Sorry, not alright. Big up and bless up yourself here. Deuces, brother. Alright, you take care.
Yeah.
Go with God.
What do you
mean? No.
That's not even sexy.
That is not nothing about that.
You come and tell me.
In 2020? No, sorry.
Sexy at
No.
all.
We cannot cross it. We can't help you. We cannot help you none at all. And the thing is this, what I think is absolutely crazy is that you would get involved with somebody who don't eat pussy. And it matters to you. No, for 10 years? No.
But
sorry.
people do it all the time.
No, he's not one of them people there. And I'm suggesting that one don't be one of those people that
don't
have to come and see me for talk about the problems that the man
later on.
No.
After the fact.
No. There are certain things that you're just supposed
you
to
have
stipulate.
Control of.
Yes. You're supposed to stipulate. This is something that it's okay to bring up in the conversation when not date. You need a pussy.
No, but that should be very early.
Talk to me, brother. Let me know.
And not just,
like this is a thing
not
for you.
just
You love it. You love it.
Yes. Not just you eat it, but
it
you
excites you.
love it.
It makes you.
Could you come from
yes, please. Thank you.
Are you me one?
If I'm
that one day.
If I'm not definitely, I'm sorry. Go with God.
It's not
nice meeting you. You take care of yourself. We cannot manage with you.
Yeah.
You is not my man. You're my virgin. Man, you can pardon.
And we can talk about all
anything.
kind of shit.
Anything. We can talk about anything, but we can't.
But we're not gonna fuck.
No.
It's not gonna happen.
That is just not happening. It's one of those things that you definitely have to bring to the fore, like hands down. And I've heard it too often,
it's
especially
so sad. My God.
Sad is an understatement, my girl. Like ridiculously sad. Now, somebody was asking me to talk a little bit about the dominatrix thing, exactly what it entails. So I'm going to go into that just a little smidgen. Now, there is a power play in sex, right? And usually, as women, there's a tendency for us to kind of give that over to the men. The men come in the bedroom, them take control, and them are tussy this away, and them are tell you how them want fuck you, yes baby, put me top, skin it out, this and that, right? And we just did it, I take orders, we just did it. I take position and switch and so and skin out and hell out and open and you understand what I mean? But the thing is this, whenever it is that you switch up, right? Because sometimes there are some women who are perfectly comfortable with that. And there are some women who get turned on by the idea of being a submissive. And by submissive, I mean where your partner is completely dominating it, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that he's bringing you pain or humiliation. Because
he's just in control.
Exactly. There's a tendency for us to believe that when you start this kind of power play, it means that the man is humiliating, he must spit upon him, box him, tell him to suck off him shoes, them something. No, it doesn't necessarily have to go there. It could just be that he is in total and complete control, right? And it doesn't mean that he is hurting you. You get me?
You could be saying it in the most loving way possible.
There you go. But there is something about it that is very sexy. Now, I remember one of the workshops that I did when I was by Hido. There was, and this wasn't my workshop. I was sitting in one of the other facilitators' workshop. Jared, big up yourself, right? And he was teaching us how to do bondage with rope. And so this is one of the things that she was saying, that she's very fascinated by the rope thing, and this is a fantasy of hers. So I said, okay, so what? She says she wants to be able to tie her up, because the idea of tying him down, restraining him, and then having her way with him is something that she has always wanted to do. Primarily because she says she has been the recipient of that. She's always on the receiving side. She's always attracted men who are dominating, exactly. So she wants to switch it, but she says she's not quite certain how. So I said, okay, is this a conversation that you've had with your lover? Is he the kind of person that you can just show up one day with handcuffs, with restraints?
Or have you spoken about it?
That's what I said. Is there a conversation that you've had with him? Or is he because you have some people, who open enough, you can just come.
And then good.
Exactly, and then good to go.
Yeah.
Right? So
I like those.
It is to gauge, it is to be able to gauge where exactly your lover fall on that spectrum before you kind of introduce her something. So she says, well, with him, she thinks she want to have the conversation. So I said, well, talk to him. If it's a conversation that is supposed to be that much easier, talk to him, Tell him what it is that you want to do. Tell him why this whole thing excites you and why you think we should give it a shot. And then try it and see how the man responds.
Right.
And she'll tell me, say, yo, listen to me. The thing hot. At first she said it wasn't certain. I said, listen, do not go for the exorbitant ties. You know, some of them look really, really exotic and they holy part twisting and they wrapping around and all of them something. No bother go for that. Because that's going to take a lot of effort and you would have had to practice. A simple knot, the fact say a rope, and you know, if the feet, I don't know what, the rope.
Yeah, you have a thing with the rope.
I have a thing about the rope thing. The feel of it against my skin fucking makes
But then you don't want to bother holding down.
No.
You can't
tell us. You know,
how does that work?
You know what I said to you, say you can tie up my hand, you can tie up my foot. You just can't get it the two.
You can't everything. You can't everything.
No, because then you have to see Caleen the monster. Caleen the Amazon woman run out now because now me come to tear down.
Everything dead.
Everything dead. Strong Caleen, you understand? I'm gonna come now. I'm gonna frighten you. No, you don't want her to come out. You see me? So, may I save you? May I save you? You get me? So you get one hand and you get one foot, or you get a two hand then. And in that situation, I'm okay with my two hands being restrained. That's as far as it goes.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not at the 2 foot then. But the thing is, it's like it's very, very sexy. And truth be told, I had my restraints with real rope. There is soft rope that you can get at any sex toy store. Soft, and you can use it and bind up the hand and then look at something there, whatever else. I'm telling her, give it a shot. Give it a shot. It could just be some of the time you need enough of this in the conversation. It all depends on how it is that you approach it. Because if you sit, straddle the man, just straddle him in a one chair and simply just get his hand, start to kiss him up, start to feel him up. Start to suck him with something, you get what I mean? And then tie one of the hands.
Yeah man, sucking the hood first where he's relaxed
exactly.
And then trust you and all of these
just
things.
tie one of the hand then. Just tie one of the hand them and see. And instantly excitement. First there's a little bit of confusion in the eye, like what the fuck I want to say? And then wait.
What is
and that's a one. Exactly. Just so that's what I'm saying to her. Just tie one of the hand them and see how he respond to that or whatever else. See if he willingly give you the next hand. And you continue to take control.
And if he doesn't give you willingly the next hand, I would say go and suck his dick again. Relax him. And then tie the other hand.
If you ever secure over yourself, never be someone, yes girl, just like that. But the more relaxed, especially if it's somebody, especially if he's never done it before, the more relaxed he is, the easier it's going to be. So being able to put one hand, suck his dick, then do the other hand, suck his dick again, blah blah suck
blah.
His nipples.
Suck
you
his
have some man who's nipple man.
And you have some man with his nut, so you need to know your man.
No, that's what I was just about to say. If on the fucking, hopefully you know him and you know what works for him, what doesn't work for him at this stage of the game. So you're not going to surprise him with something that is not that one. But this
what about if it's a one night stand? If it's a one night stand or something, try the nipple. If they don't respond, then
you keep
leave the nipple
moving.
alone.
You keep, and
but don't forget the nipple.
Don't forget it. But here's the other thing. Again, be very careful how it is that you run and go get tied up in a one night stand situation. You don't know this fucker from no place. I'm sorry.
No, true.
That is the least. That is no.
But reality is people have one night stands
every day,
all day,
every minute of the day. I not say no. I'm just saying, err on the side of caution, please and thanks. Unless this is your thing.
Especially in the COVID time, yes.
No, err on the side of caution. Anytime outside of pandemic, during pandemic, err on the side of caution. You know when a body are tired, don't go, you don't know from.
No, the tie down thing
no,
is no, that's a different thing.
Sorry.
Altogether.
No, but as I was saying that,
Okay.
that's I'm making reference to with the tie down thing. Is there like any other, like your fantasy, any other thing that you want to do? Because you look like you're trying to get another way in bed. Are you down for rough play? I hear you talk about the sensual sex.
No, I like rough play.
Do you like? Is there anything that you fantasizing like that right now?
I
you
mean,
want to get beat up by them or something?
No, I don't want to get
beat up. You're not talking up in your face, you know, my friend. Like, come on, man.
No, okay. So during sex in general, I like to be. I like my ass to be hit. I like when you lift my ass. Because of because of how my pussy stay, right? Lifting my ass
expose it some
really
more.
allows
From
like
the back.
yes, from the back.
From the
Not
back.
necessarily. I mean, it's great when you lift it from any position anyway. But when you lift it from the back, the meat of the pussy kind of just raises a little bit,
Right.
and then it can just drop back down into whatever it needs.
No, I just wanted to understand. Come and know your
No,
pussy special.
no, I like sensual. I like sensuality.
No, I'm just saying all of us pussy do that though. Like when you lift up the body jaw, the pum pum
No,
part,
but
make it sound like
but what is that? Every man do that?
Oh, you mean lift body? I don't. Have you met a man who has it?
My girl.
That you only tell me which man you met that not into body lifting.
No, the way they lift the body, they don't lift the body for the way the pussy needs to lift the body.
Oh my God.
They lift the body for them in terms of the visual. They don't lift the body in terms. I'm just saying. They don't lift the body in terms of how the pussy stay, and if you peel it and you lift it, like the body closer into the crease of the vagina and lift it, and then you lift it 2 different times, and then it starts to get wetter, and then it starts to get moist. Most men don't do that. Even when they hit the ass, they hit the ass down. They don't hit the ass up.
Alright,
So I am saying that when it comes to peeling at the ass or lifting the ass, you can't just lift the ass up.
Alright, so here's what I'm gonna tell you. Send him come to me. Send him come to me. Cause I've never had that problem, like ever.
No, but you have to say no. But
ever. Usually, firstly,
it could be because of how your ass stays.
Well, maybe.
Because your ass bubbles, so maybe any lift of it is a different thing.
The lap on my own is always from the bottom come up. I never had any man lick me from the top part of my bottom come down. Where you going? You're not getting no pum pum.
No, but
period. Stop it, not going to.
But some of them hit. No, but some of them hit from the side too.
From this, like him just running and slap it
like even if he okay. So
you mean like the side of your leg?
No,
or just full on. This is the back and it comes so.
And it comes okay. So it's not okay. So let's go back. Let's go back for a second.
Go on.
We were talking about the lifting first, right? And in the lifting from the bottom up,
right?
From the bottom side. From the bottom wherever is going to create more of the niceness, which is going to make her more wet, which is going to make the man more excitable, which is going to make everybody happy. Right? Okay. So in the lifting of it, it is always nice to always also get a spank or a hit or whatever, in whichever way you want, because every woman is different. Okay?
Right.
But when you are spanking, a lot of men don't spank up. A lot of men, when they're peeling the vagina, they're not peeling the vagina with a tilt up. They're not.
All right. So I am just saying, personally, I have not experienced that. That has not been my experience. It has always been the lift from the, especially if it is that I'm slightly bent over. If I give him head like I'm on all fours and I give him head, still lift and peel forward. If it is that he's entering me from behind,
right,
still lift and peel.
My girl, that is not the
if I'm
you are a lucky
woman. Still lift and peel forward. Definitely, if he is slapping my ass, it is slapper because that's when you see the jiggle on.
My girl,
like you hit it up, and that is come on now.
No,
the thing I said.
No,
I hear what you're saying. And I'm not disputing it. I'm not saying that doesn't happen.
You just think that's what your
experience.
saying
that has not been my experience.
Okay, and I'm telling you. Okay, you see those women who say I have my period every month and I don't ever get cramps and I don't ever ray.
Yeah.
You are one of them there with that. Because most women don't experience that. Most women don't experience when a man grip them and just peel the vagina back a little bit. They don't know. They don't get that.
You see, but
they don't have that.
What I hear, let me tell you what is a complaint that I've heard. I've heard that men have a tendency to lift the backside and tear. So perineum under stress. So there is too much gripping. There's too much pulling apart. That is what I hear.
Yes.
But I have never heard what it is that you're talking about. You have, especially for the skill lover. And the skill lover is somebody that you have to train him.
Mm-hmm.
You follow what I mean? He either gets his skill by fucking you or by fucking a variety of women who are vocal.
Well, he's the only one to learn it.
That's it, if she's vocal. And what it is that what I notice now is that he will lift it. Like when I watch, he will. There's maybe like come to think of it. I've probably only seen that twice. Somebody, no, that's true.
I'm telling you, them
somebody
don't
who
do
know
the lift and the thing. The lift and the thing, them don't know. It's not most habits. I'm telling you.
It's not.
It's not most habits.
I agree.
And that lift with the pull will make that fucking pussy juice, ooze. The pussy will go so. Yo, what the fuck are you telling me? I'm telling you. So that is my issue. So when men are doing this thing where they're just hitting the ass and doing all of that, there has to be a thing about how you're hitting it, and you always want to hit with a up and a drop, You want to take that because that in itself is going to create an extra moistness, and the moistness that is created is going to be a creamy moistness. It's not going to be just a wet, because no, she's excited. So
what it is that? Okay,
another dimension.
Girl,
I'm not saying no, I'm not going to dispute that.
Most men don't know nothing about them thing there. So as I said, consider yourself lucky. Because if most men knew about that, women would be having orgasms all day, every day.
I'm not saying no. For some, it's going to take a little bit more than how he holds her backside, right? It's going to take a combination of things, maybe including the way that he holds it and how the pussy part and so.
No, but just think about it. Mm-hmm. If he lifts it and is pulling it in a certain way, and he's giving the stroke
in the
while
same
he
time,
pull it, she can't help but that is when she will probably even have more of the penetration of orgasm. You understand? So it is more than possible, because I know for me that is what I want. I want a man to be able to know that he can lift, and when he does lift my ass, I don't want my man to lift both of my ass cheeks. I want one butt cheek, because guess what? As you lift that butt cheek, that side of the pussy lifts, it feels it, and then the other side now can respond from the side that it has already started to respond. And that made my pussy just
jump and scream,
girl,
hop and all of that.
Everything.
No, well,
all of it.
All right. I'm not going to, as I said, I'm not going to dispute you on that. It is not something that I can relate to at all. I've never had that incident I've never had that to contend with.
Right.
I might have had to say, all right, hold on, wait. Don't rip it so hard, because you're about to split my perineum. Okay? But
and that's
never,
horrible.
no, that's annoying. But outside of that, I have never had them usually know what to do that in terms of you slap it and if you hit it properly and then do something. I've never had that. Praise be to God. That's not like a thing. But here's what I want to know. In terms of, like, we were talking about our fantasies and the things that turn us on. But have you fulfilled a man's fantasy? Has he ever told you something that he wanted and you did it for him? Yeah.
I don't think it was literally like we had sat down, had the conversation, say, hey, this is what I want. This is how I want it. Right. And then I do that. I don't think that has ever happened, no. I think that has just naturally happened because I have given him all types of different scenarios, and because we've spoken about, I guess through the role play or through the this and through the that, we've been able to tap into different things and explore different things. But in terms of him just saying, hey Ramona, I want to see
you do this.
Well, actually, that's a lie. That's a lie.
All right.
The more I think about it, no. I have been told that he wants to watch me have sex with another man. He wants to watch it. He wants to see how I respond.
Talk to me.
He wants to see how I react.
Did you do it?
I didn't.
You didn't do it?
No.
Wow,
I don't
we
even.
never find you.
I
You
don't
don't
think
think
I'm
you
managed.
How you decide for the man, my girl, and the man asked you? What the fuck? Ramona, come on, man.
I'm just saying.
What do you mean?
My girl. It is not the
All right.
first. It's not the first. It's not the first. It's not the first time we've been into these types of situations. So I see how you respond when it is. Listen, what I'm saying to you.
Go on.
I see how you respond when I am with a woman. And how I get and how whatever and Ray and Tay and you talk about it 3 weeks later how me have 3 orgasms back to back and I've only had 2 back to back with you and with her I had 4 back to back. Right?
Oh,
What the fuck are you going to tell me when me have that man you know?
Shit out, you know, and
And me a eat and me a skin out and me a say yes baby. Right there. Don't stop.
Like you own it. Like you own it.
It's yours.
That's right. I tell him about them. Him now I can't manage.
What is our relationship
No.
going to be tomorrow?
Okay, alright. No, alright.
I'm just saying.
No, okay. Me follow what you
You
say.
can't manage, so we know we're not doing that. But if I was to meet a man that it can manage, right? And that type of thing, then maybe I could be able to give him that fantasy of that type of situation.
I had a couple who was explaining to me that that was their fantasy, and the gentleman said he told his wife to go find that person, and believe you me, she found somebody and carry home, and then them go one place. Listen to me. She said a man make her squirt, her husband never yet.
Oh, nothing I talk about.
The man make her squirt. And listen to me. She said, the husband did feel a little way about it because he talked about it. Right? He sat down. They were really diplomatic about the whole thing.
That's
They
nice.
that's
good.
Yo, that's what
That's
I'm trying to tell you.
I love
That
it.
man
That's
tried to
what
tell
it
you.
should be.
That man tried to tell you. The man sit down and them, the whole of them sit and they had lunch and they talked about it or whatever, right?
Wow.
No, man.
Hello. The man said,
That's
alright,
even
here
more than
this.
he done.
Let me show you something. The man said, for him, like watching her come up out of her skin like this or whatever else was the most sexy thing that has ever happened to him, because he has watched other women with her. You understand what I mean? And then she's saying that he has become a better lover every time he's watched somebody with her.
That's awesome.
But that is what it's supposed to be.
That is like
That's the
fucking
whole
amazing.
point.
So
Oh
when she said
That's
the
what
man
I'm
has
saying.
become like a better, like a hands down, like a better lover. She says, and he says for him that is the reason why he's prepared to engage. That's the reason why. So he said,
Right.
I have seen her with women, and I'm saying, okay, fine. I want to see you now with real penetration. I want to see you with male energy. Let me see how you respond. And
Was
instead,
it dick bigger than
he
his
said
dick?
to me, the dick himself was the same. Their
Okay.
sizes
Was
were
one
the same.
curve? One.
Or the guy who had the complete banana body. Like, so he's no, I hit G-spot and I didn't have.
I love the banana body.
Complete banana body. So it's a jump on the G-spot and like fierce, right? And so his thing is, okay, he watched the way that the man hold her, and it was a combination of being sensual and a combination of being rough.
And he doesn't.
And
he doesn't usually do that.
His thing is just sensual from start to finish. You understand what I mean?
And you have someone just rough to finish from beginning to end.
So his thing is that this is my wife and he make love to her, and she's like, listen, I'm completely and totally appreciative of all of this love making. But every now and again, me not go break.
He's a woman.
Me not go break.
Yeah.
Me can't take a grab up. Me can't take a choke out a little weight in there. And that is what the guy did. And a proper. That is what the guy did, and she came. But I said, okay, have you guys also considered the possibility that the situation was heightened because your man was watching? You follow what I mean?
Yes.
So the fact that you're not hide and take a fuck now. You're open, you're honest with your lover.
And
you're right there with him.
responding
He
in a
is looking
positive
at you.
manner.
Exactly.
He's the face, the twist.
No, and she says, you know what, come to think of it, shit, she never even thought about it. Because there were points their eyes were locking. So even though
And
the
the
other
eye
guy,
locking thing?
No.
The eye locking thing.
Hot.
Listen.
Oh my God.
That is
Oh my
I
God,
talk to
I
my
checked it
clients
today.
about.
Mine jump out.
Mine jump out long time gone.
And my heart still in.
One of the things I talk to my clients about is that same exact thing.
The eye locking song.
Because it is okay. So if it is
No
that you
girl.
are not having orgasms, if it is the thing that when you guys have sex, somebody eye lock or the both of the eye lock. I suggest finding a bed, finding a couch, finding something that's comfortable for you and them to be able to sit on. He is going to sit, crisscross applesauce, butterfly, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and you are going to straddle him around his waist. You're going to sit there, and you're just going to look in his eyes, and he's just going to look in your blood clot eyes. And when you guys do that, there are going to be a lot of different waves. There's going to be a time when you guys have a look where the two are not dead with laugh.
Yeah.
There's going to come a time when you not sit down and look on each other, and you are in a sensual manner, or you're going to look at each other, and there's going to be a little waves, and there are going to be many waves depending on how long it is that you're doing this. But I suggest doing this for at least 8 minutes. Wouldn't you say at least 8 minutes?
Minimum 5.
Minimum 5. Okay.
What I would suggest as well, along with what it is that you're saying, is synchronize your breath.
Oh, breath has to happen.
When it is that both of you synchronize the breath, that is now where you take it now to a completely different level.
Yes, and hold hands and
synchronize the
breathe.
breath and make it deep. Make the breath deep.
Pull
And then
it.
and pull and hold at the top, and then you'll be surprised what exactly happened, because just your lover doing that, and if you start a little rocking, just a little rocking, and sometimes you do that instinctively. Like, just because if it is that you're cradling them and you start to rock just a little bit, that can be all the woman needs to turn to have her orgasm.
What I would say too with that is, depending on what your woman is or how the woman is, if she's someone that it takes longer for her to get comfortable, the breath that she needs to have is a full breath and then a release through the nose. She does not need to release through the mouth once she's straddling you for the first 3 minutes at least, okay? Because the more it is that she can inhale through her nose and exhale through her nose, is the more relaxed everything is going to be. Her jaw is going to be more relaxed, and her pussy is going to be more relaxed, okay? Just because she's not having to use the jaw to exhale. We use the jaw to exhale for different types of breathing. When it comes to that sexual aspect, where you're trying to now relax the pelvis, and you're trying to relax the vagina and relax these things because she's very tense in general, inhaling through the nose, filling the entire lungs, filling the abdomen, and then exhaling in that same, and if you guys want to count it out, you can. If you don't want to count it out and it creates a kind of odd scene, then don't count it out. But it's all about everybody inhaling through the nose, filling their lungs, filling their abdomen, and exhaling. Even if it might not be that it is at the same time, because everybody's lung capacity is different. So don't necessarily have to feel like that is the case. What you want to make sure is that as you inhale, you are filling your lungs as your partner is inhaling. They're filling their lungs and exhaling through their nose. It is going to create a sensation from the top of your head to the bottom of your foot that you're not going to even understand, with all of this tugging around the hips and also holding the hands. But guess what?
That time.
Me get the time thing. Me get the thing.
Your signal.
So what you saying? So what you saying, my love?
What am I saying? Alright. My mind goes somewhere else before I went up.
Tell me where it go.
Oh God!
Tell me. 2 minutes to tell me. 2 minutes to tell me.
We want to know.
A rubber arthritis. Tell me. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Tell me.
Anyways, I was just thinking about the deep breathing stuff. That's it. I was thinking that, I think it's absolutely sexy. Again, whatever it is that you want to connect with your partner. There is so much, guys. Every week we come on and we're talking to you all about something different in regards to sex and so on. And I want you to recognize that there is a wide gamut of the sex that we have yet to explore, like yet to explore hands down without fail. We need to forget we shit together. We keep the sex very basic and we don't have to. Yeah, we've been talking about the fantasies because it is an amazing way to change things up. You can be fucking a different woman every other week if it is that you guys engage in a fantasy.
We do a part 3 next week.
In fact, you can blow each other's mind.
That's what I
just by trying something completely different. And guys, please believe there is a myriad of things to try. There is
with the one woman.
With the one woman, with the one man. There is tantric sex, yeah? And I mean, that is when you're up the ante. Now, this is when you're born upon a different level. This is when the spiritual shit, and I mean conscious.
That's a different type of
breathing. The spiritual stuff
breathe.
there. That is extraordinary. That is amazing. Then there is the regular stuff, right? And we just kind of trick it out. The role playing it can get stupid. Absolutely stupid. I remember a girlfriend of mine was telling me that one of her fantasies is to, she literally won't go to back road and her husband comes to solicit her. I mean, say, bomb,
That's
I like it.
That's hot.
I
I've been on that like a motherfucker, like one time. So I'm just saying, guys, there is endless amount of different things that we can do to break the monotony. This thing here where we just restrict the sex to inna the bed, like get a life already. Come on. I mean, change it up, and believe you me, there is more changing it up than lingerie. So I want us to understand that. Trust me, and women, please believe that your man can dress up too. Cause we feel that we're the only one. No. Make him dress up a blood, please. Hello, make him dress up. So let us flip the script and let's be done with this boring sex for 2020. Like, I mean, that's just done.
And come home today and he's a maintenance man.
Jesus.
He come home tomorrow
and he's the
pilot.
pilot.
Liar. And he's a pilot the next day. And he just skin out and he just say,
soldier man. And the soldier man.
Because you've been away for so long and deployed for so long.
Girl.
This pussy has been waiting on you, baby.
Jesus. Oh, fucking like you bought it. Good God.
It's yours.
I'm telling you. Anyways, with that, we are wrapping up. Do you have anything? Anything you want to talk about? How we stay with time?
We have what do we have this week or next week? We have womb Wednesdays. We have vaginal, we have yoni toning the end of the month. We have pelvis strengthening, which is really penis strengthening. So if you want to get the penis up and right and a little bit more toned and a little bit more chunk, yes, that is the class for you, and it is free. And
so come check it out.
So get it done. And then if it is a yoni toning class, if you're a woman, definitely you want to take the yoni toning class, which is the last Saturday of the month. We will definitely be learning and doing different things in terms of enhancing libido and doing all of those things. So yes, guys, thanks so much for tuning in.
Blessings, everyone. Go practice. Next week, same time, 9 p.m. You can find us on Instagram. It's
Cosmic Woman and the Vagina Lady, and Caleen D.
There you go. Big up and bless up on the 7. Enjoy the rest of the night.
YouTube, guys. Blessings. Love and light, everyone.
Okay, cheers. I'm never sure. And
you didn't do
pass us something for me.
It did come
Pass us
off.
off. Which one cut off?
Facebook.
So I'll just upload the video. No
I need to
problem.
piss. Like a real fucking ass.
Wow. Seriously? Thank you.